Questions, any way I can help, I certainly want to. We've been in business since '79, owned and started by Vance Berkey. We've been number one in our market since '85. We're going on our third decade. We do more business than the next three firms combined. About 500 agents, at least when I left yesterday. About 500 agents and 9 offices. Predominantly 100% firm. We do have a split program. This market, well, let me tell you a little bit more about this. Relative to NAR statistics and relative to any operating ratios that you'd want to look at, we are considered very large, very solid, very profitable, and we've gotten hammered in this market. So we're very sympathetic to how it is, and on smaller firms, your facility has to be, at worst, very comparable to every facility in your marketplace. Your commission program, at worst, has to be very comparable, and ideally, it's better than the others. Your people have to fundamentally be happy. You know, another agent sits across from them at a closing. This is long before recruiting dialogue, long before recruiting plans. They sit across from another agent at a closing and they ask how it is at your firm. Those split seconds of, it is great, it is wonderful. It's okay. You know, I've been there for 3 years, it's okay. Radically different conversation. So they've got to become ambassadors. To be ambassadors, you've got to have your act together before you start with recruiting. But the magic is recruiting. And you've got to design a compelling argument to why somebody would want to be there. The big issue is asking agents. You've got to be able to ask, just like agents have to ask the consumer. Their success or failure is predicated on their ability to find buyers and sellers to get them loyal to you. Your success or failure is predicated on your ability to find agents and get them loyal to you. And it is a contact situation because agents are always dissatisfied for whatever reason, and you've got to find those people. But recruiting is the magic, and you hear that buzzword so much in our industry, but it is. And we've grown from 275 agents in 2002 to 550. Now those are licensees, and that's the way international counts. I count agents. So in our heyday at 551, which was 2 years ago, of licensees, we had about 495 or 500 agents. So I do not count licensed assistants, people hanging a license, it's a builder or something like that. These have to be people on commission programs that count. And that's what I look at, people that can help us as a firm. So, yes, sir.
How many did you lose the last year?
I printed out, and anybody here, if you'll maintain the privacy of this, you're welcome to our P&Ls, you're welcome to anything that we can do to help. I actually did a thing. This doesn't help you grow. This doesn't help anybody in this room grow, but sometimes it is nice to know what the economic impact of this has been, particularly on a large firm. 2006, we did 7,200 transactions. We were 89th in the nation, based on the Real Trends thing. 2007, we did 6,100. 2008, we did 5,200. I highly suspect the numbers will be down even more this year. Huge numbers. We feel very blessed. Keller Williams has moved into our market. Relative to our commission programs in our system, they're very weak. We don't even pay respect to their marketing plan, their concept. They're very powerful recruiters, though. So they're killing themselves and promising agents anything. And we've had other things happen in our market, but we've also added so much. And that's the key issue. If you're trying to recruit, we've added a huge amount of resources to our agents. We've made them mobile in 2006 and 2007. We added DocStar, a document transmittal system, transcribes all their documents so they don't have to carry their listing or sales with them. A front desk showing system so they can access their showing and their messages 7 days a week. We gave them their own private fax number. They have a 7-digit fax number, so all the contracts, all documents come straight to their email. So we've gone to great length to make them highly mobile. Yes, I'd love to, but I'm sitting on about 46,000 square feet of footprint. And we also own those buildings, or own ownership on the other side, so we're adding things to get them mobile and to increase the amount of people we can put in a building, but at the same time, we've got to talk X number of people into renting space. So we do things, and I'm now adding some cultural things with people that pay rent, much like if you live in many cities, you pay a different tax rate than you do in the county, but you get extra services. And I guess that's the way in most municipalities. That's what we're going to start doing in the office. You're going to get a package of services with renting your office space. We have an agent services division that does flyers, mailings, brochures, marketing materials for our agents. And so they'll get X number of that for free, X number of this for free. And so we're going to try to do some things to stem people coming back into the office. We have 57 offices sitting vacant. Of course, we have a lot of offices in our company, but that's a lot of footprint sitting vacant. And I've caused a lot of that, stupidly, by adding all these mobile things. They don't need to come into the office. Yes, sir?
Are you running title and mortgage also?
Title and mortgage, extraordinarily successful for us. We have a joint venture with Wells Fargo, phenomenally successful. Much higher margins than real estate, but keep in mind, the real estate drives those machines. And we wooed the business out of agents by handling the title and mortgage well. We did not block out any competitors. So they're still allowed to come in and compete for the business. You know, the ones of you that have it or thinking of doing it, agents are highly resistant to using your own mortgage or your own title. So we made it, their friends, whoever they deal with are welcome to come in our office. We compete straight up, and it took us a little bit longer. Also, we got very powerful originators. We found the great originators in our market. We have most of them. So that's helped. Yes, sir.
Stephen, do you have in mind how many agents per square foot you should have in an office space?
Sure do. But that number's changed radically. It's changed radically. We have an office, 13,000 square feet. By the time you take out mortgage, title, administrative, we probably have about 8,000 square feet of gross space. Converts to about 42 offices, but we have 130 agents in that building. So you can multiply that out. You know, it's probably a 1 to 60, 1 to 70 ratio. It used to be 200. 200 square feet is about how much you needed. Now that's not net interior square footage, that's gross square footage. But it used to be about 200 square feet per agent is what you need. And I'm telling you that number is way down, which is a good thing. You can pack more agents in per square foot because of mobile stuff.
Are they sharing debt?
No. The sharing desk won't work. That's an absurd in any market, respectfully. They've got they either don't have an office or have a workstation or have a semi-private or have a private. Sharing desk is so 60s, won't work, dehumanizing. It's better not. We have some top producers that don't have office space, which we're again trying to woo back in through these other reasons. It's a double-edged sword. So we have actually overgrown. International probably wouldn't want to hear this. We've gotten too big at 550. You can't run just, we hold ourselves out to be vastly superior, if not superior to our competition. Our agents are supposed to be more experienced, much better, by and large, and we have our share of idiots. We have our share of doofuses, people I wish weren't even with us. But by and large, we are very strong. We are very strong. And if that's the case, you can't have unlimited amount of strong people. You can't have it. So from a branding standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, we probably need to shrink a little. So losing some people isn't bad. We just want to lose the right ones. No, we don't have minimums. We have subjective minimums. Subjective, not suggested, subjective. You cannot just hang a license to us.
Okay, could you give me some examples?
Sure. You have to maintain your education. You have to be on an additional path to educate yourself on the business. And if we request that, you have to be able to demonstrate it. You have to produce some business. We don't say what that sum is, but you have to do 2, 3, 4 deals a year. Just somebody hanging a license.
Just 2, 3, 4 deals?
Yeah, we don't put a minimum on it. Minimums won't work in this industry. I'm here to respectfully, I'll tell you that. I hear people boast of that for years. You call any of the key brokers on it, you start putting matrix systems into their mathematical models, it's a joke. They tell you you don't do this, you're out of our system. You don't do this and this. Invariably, they've got X number of people that don't do that. They don't exit out of the system, which immediately kills the whole thought process for the rest of the company.